Netflix is back! Did you know that they had remote jobs that do not require a degree and are absolutely no phones? Yes, you heard me right, no phones, and they provide you with the equipment. And I also have 5 bonus opportunities for you as well, so let's hop right in before these jobs close. So last week we shouted out Matt because he originally got pay bump for his wife, and he actually went through the training materials and all of my resources, and he was able to land a position making $240,000 per year. But that wasn't it, because a lot of you sounded off in the comments and you said, wait, Jazzy, I got a job too. So let's look at a couple other people that have gotten pay bumps. Now, I love Miss Sharissa because she said, hey, Jazzy, just wanted to say thank you so much for all you do. You're a godsend. I didn't apply for the positions you posted, but I did use your templates and your interview prep system for multiple positions. I was called to interview and landed a position with a financial management company in their tech department, full-time hybrid schedule, $80,000 salary plus yearly bonuses and full benefits. And so she went on to say, listen, it's important that people invest in themselves and your subscription, and then watch the videos, and fourth, celebrate with others as they wait for their own success story. And we're all about celebrating. So make sure you hit that like button and comment down below and say, I'm next, because that's the best way for you to put your intention into the universe. Hit that like button right now. Now, if I get enough likes, I will do something really nice that you guys have been asking me for. And I will take a certain number of resumes and I will redo your resumes. So smash that like button right now. Now, the party doesn't stop there, because Miss Ebony said, since I found your channel, I landed 4 remote jobs, and she's currently at CVS and says she's getting ready to make the plunge and look for some bigger paying roles. I love this because a lot of you guys are like, I just need to get my foot in the door. And once I get my foot in the door, I can get 6 figures. And we've seen that happen with so many pay bumpies. So congratulations to you on landing 4 roles for me. That's amazing. And then we had one more showstopper that said, I've been with Marriott for 2 days because of you. You definitely helped me take chances and update my resume, and I got a work from home position I really enjoy. So I am so excited for you. Congratulations on getting this work from home job with Marriott. Please save me a room because I personally love Marriott. I'm wearing their colors right now. But congratulations to all of you guys, and make sure you comment below and say I'm next, and make sure you smash that like button, because if we get enough likes, I will absolutely review your resumes for you. I will create a way for you to send me your resume, and I will do that for a certain number of people. So show me how much you like this video if that's the type of stuff that you want to see. And make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss out on these opportunities. Now let's go ahead and hop back into these jobs. So the first opportunity that we have with Netflix is going to be for a technology experience specialist. And yes, it is fully remote throughout the USA, 100% remote. So it says you are going to be the point of contact for the UCAN region for relevant business leaders. Now, what are you going to be doing? Because that sounds like fancy pants talk. Well, you're going to be the primary point of contact for people seeking technical assistance. Okay. You might do some investigation, some documentation, but essentially you're going to be managing technical issues. You may triage or research bugs or be a part of the incident management workflow. You may also escalate those issues to another team. If it's a more technical team or development team, you'd say, hey, this issue is for your team. Now, I do want to point out that it says you're going to be working in Zendesk ticketing system. So this is why I said there are no phones within this position. Okay. You are going to be doing a lot of sort of documenting things within Zendesk. And then it also says that you're going to use Jira, which is also used for tracking and reporting bugs. So if they see where people are all of a sudden just not able to log into their accounts and it's happening across the United States, that would be something that you'd open a Zendesk ticket for, and then you would track it in Jira as like this one-off bug that's happening that another team is going to have to fix. Okay. So again, what I love about this Netflix role is there is no college degree requirement. Okay. They're saying, hey, we want you to have experience using simple things like Gmail and simple things like calendaring. Okay. That's a hard word to say, and using Google Drive and Docs and such. Okay. And also having some experience working with on a Mac, right? So this is stuff that you guys already have, like already have. And when it comes to the salary, we know that Netflix does a wide salary range because they allow you to choose if you want to receive most of this in cash or if you want to receive it in stock. Sometimes people do a mix and they receive cash and stock, but this is something that you can totally talk through with the recruiter based on what your financial goals are. So 6-figure job off top, probably 200,000-300,000 as far as the entire compensation package value is what you should be going for. Maybe even a little bit more if you've worked in IT, you've worked in technical support, maybe you've managed a call center, you've held some of those types of positions. You absolutely need to be applying for this. Again, no college degree is required. And this is for the technical experience specialist, 100% remote, guys. Now, our next opportunity is going to be for the consumer messaging specialist. This is for my copywriters. Essentially, this is going to be a copywriting job where you will be responsible for, sometimes you create the verbiage that goes into emails, or you might create some messaging that is posted on a website when customers first go to the Netflix website. That could be a part of the messaging campaign, or you could be creating messaging around self-service parts of the website where you go to report that you can't get into your account, or when you're trying to do a forgotten password, things of that nature. So you essentially would be the person that is responsible for helping to create those campaigns and that messaging. Now, this position isn't as technically complex as maybe some of the other ones we've talked about before. So the salary range is going to be a little different. It goes up to 370,000, again, based on experience. So you do get to pick how you're paid, whether that's in cash, whether that's in stock, or a hybrid approach. Now, we've talked about software engineering positions before. I'm not going to go too deep in this, but they're hiring for L4, L5, which is level 4, level 5. For software engineers, it's kind of like the more entry level point for people that are just getting into software engineering, have been doing it maybe like a couple of years. So with this position, it does say that it's remote up here. Most of their engineering positions, many of the ones that I've posted have always been remote. Not sure why it says work is on site, but again, up here it says remote. And that just goes to show you that sometimes these can be fully remote positions, but people will misclassify them. So that's why I always tell you, even if it's got a location listed, you still want to apply because that job could be absolutely 100% remote. And when companies like Netflix are interested in somebody, they do sometimes make the adjustment to say, we'll just go ahead and let you be remote because we don't really need you physically in an office doing your job. Okay. They're still a very remote friendly company. So make sure you are applying for these roles. Now, let's switch gears here and look at a company called Guardian. Many of you probably use it or have at least heard of Guardian, but they are a dental partnership network. I personally use Guardian for my dental health benefits, and they are hiring for a couple of different roles. Now, the first role we're going to look at is a learning and development specialist. I know somebody's about to say, Jazzy, that says Miami. Well, if you scroll down here, it says this is a 100% remote work opportunity. Again, when these postings are being created, sometimes they misclassify them. They put the location of the office when really it is a fully remote job. This is why you always apply no matter what. Now, I like this job for my people that have worked in any type of education. So I don't care if it's childcare. I don't care if you're an elementary school teacher. If you've done anything in education, where you had to do any sort of training, even at a corporate job. Maybe you were a trainer in a call center. You need to be applying for these types of positions because these are the people that are responsible for administering the onboarding. So when you have to do those onboarding trainings at jobs, there's a learning and development team that kind of puts those slides together and will give you access to it. So you don't need to have like experience in UI UX per se. You just need to have some experience with either developing a curriculum or doing some training or any type of learning management system. I like this job because it has a pretty decent salary range that goes to 90,000, and that's in addition to the annual bonus of 10%. So this is easily can go into a six-figure job very easily, right? Make sure that you're applying for this. I've done the resume for you. If I were you, I would get the resume from PayBump that I've created already. I'd submit my resume, and then I would go find this recruiter on LinkedIn. And I talk in my internal groups about how you locate those recruiters so that you can jump to the front of the line. Now, one more position they have is a revenue cycle specialist. This person is going to be responsible for taking ownership of insurance claims. So a lot of you have already worked in insurance. You've worked in claims management. You've done it for auto companies, home companies. Even if you've like worked in lending, right? You've done this. You need to apply for this because you get $50K as your base salary, but you also get performance-based bonuses, right? So this is a pretty good opportunity. And yes, you get all the benefits, medical, dental, vision, short-term disability, PTO, all that stuff, and 401k as well. So again, anybody with that background in either dentistry, working in a medical office, working in even this position could kind of be like a sales position. It just in a way, not salesy, but like they're responsible for like helping to pull in revenue and cycling through that revenue, right? If that makes sense. So it says here the goal is to support collections, right? So that's why they are so heavily involved in revenue because their job is to like pull in that revenue, right? Now, Yelp has been a company that many of our PayBump members have landed jobs at. Like Yelp is probably one of the most popular jobs where my PayBumpies have landed opportunities. And right now they are hiring. They're hiring for an account executive. If you're somebody that has sales experience or customer success experience, you need to be applying for this job like ASAP. Okay. The first year earnings to me are a little bit low, but if you're wanting to get a big name company on your resume, Yelp is a big name company. So you should absolutely be applying. What I like is that once you do that first year, your year two earnings are 70K with top performers earning around 112,000. So as you can see, you can very easily turn this into a six-figure career. Now, if you're like, Jazzy, sales isn't really my thing, give me something a bit more simplistic to do, well, then you can join as a retention specialist. Okay. So you're going to be picking up the phone. And also, you're going to be emailing clients that have decided to cancel their subscription with Yelp. This could be a business, it could be a restaurant, it could be a public-facing company that uses Yelp, but you would be the person that sends an email that says, hey, we saw that you wanted to cancel your subscription with Yelp. Is there anything that we can do to keep you on, right? And again, this is going to be a base salary position that also includes performance based incentives. So obviously, if you're able to retain customers or get them to reactivate their subscription, you receive bonuses for that. So base salary is $52,000 plus your bonuses. Again, this can be a very high paying job for those of you that are just good with talking to customers. And I also want to point out, Yelp does give you 14 weeks of parental leave. That's for the mother, the father, the adoptive parents, whomever, 14 weeks of that leave. So if you're expecting a baby or planning to grow your family, this is one of those sort of friendlier companies that gives you a lot of sort of leave. Well, a lot for the United States, right? So make sure you guys are applying for this. As always, I've done the resumes for you. They are inside the PayBump portal. Make sure you go to paybump.com if you're in need of a resume. And if you want to talk to me more directly, go ahead and sign up for the pro subscription so that we can get you access to our private community. And then you can ask all the questions that you want to ask. Now, if you need help with interviewing, I've got that stuff in the portal as well. I've got all the resources you need to interview as well. Because as I always say, if you stay ready, you never ever have to get ready. Oh,